everybody. I hope that you're well and also hope that you are having a good day so far. Today, we'll be doing our grade 5 English lesson on regular plural nouns. And before we start, we're going to log on to aplusstudents.ca. Once you've logged on to aplusstudents.ca with our username as well as our password, and then we're going to select the subject of English language arts, grade 5. And then we're going to scroll down up until we get to our chapter of regular plural nouns. All right, so our chapter is regular plural nouns. Our subject is English language arts. We're doing grade 5. And then the lessons that we are going to be focusing on under the chapter of regular plural nouns, it's to form plural nouns ending in if. So we're going to form plurals of nouns. So plurals of nouns ending in if, E, O, Y. So that's going to be our lessons for the day. We're going to form plurals of nouns ending in if, E, O, and Y. That is the lesson. Oh, and to form and use plurals of nouns. So form and use plurals of nouns ending in if E, O, and Y. And we're going to go over how we can basically form plurals ending with if, E, O, and Y, right? And basically how or why it ends like that. All right. So when it comes to regular plural nouns, right? So firstly, a noun names a person, names a thing, it names a place, it names an animal, right? That is a noun. And I'm not first going to break down that word of regular plural nouns, right? And if you look at the word plural nouns, right? So if a noun names a person, animal, place, or thing, then plural nouns is basically to do with more than, right? Anything that is two or more. Because singular means one, however, plural means two or more. So which means that Nouns, it names a person, animal, place, or thing. But if we talk about plural nouns, then we are making mention of anything that is two or more people, two or more places, two or more things, two or more animals. All right. And when we talk about the regular plurals, right, we have regular plurals and we have irregular plurals. If you talk about regular plurals, right, then it means that we are, there's basically a rule that you need to follow when it comes to how a word changes from singular to plural, right? That is basically what it means. Meaning that they'll say maybe add an E, add an S, add if E, right? That is basically the rule. So they'll tell you to, for example, add something, and that means that um for every rule, or when it comes to a word similar to that, all you have to do maybe is maybe just add an is. And we're going to look at examples of how we can add, or how we can basically follow rules when it comes to regular plural nouns in order to see how the form changes of that specific word. All right, and to form the plural of most of our nouns, right? So in order for us to add to form the plural of most of the noun, it means that we need to add, it means that we need to add, for example, is. So in order for us to, for example, show that there's more than something, more than one person, more than one animal, more than one place, or more than one thing, then with most of our nouns, for example, we just have to add an s, and that will be, for example, show that there is more than one of that specific thing that we are talking about. And an example of that, right, is it says to form the plural noun, to form plurals of most of the nouns, we basically just add an s. An example of that, right, is one tree. So if I see one tree, but further down, for example, I see two trees. So all we did was we added an s to show that there's more than one of those things. For example, we have one boy, but if you see them playing soccer, then you can say that there's more than one boy, which is boys. Same with girls. We have one girl, but we have two or more girls. So with most of our nouns, all we do is we just add an is to show the plural form. So now instead of just saying we have one, we have now more than one, and all we do is we add an is. We're doing regular plural nouns. Regular plural nouns. No problem. All right. So that is basically most of our nouns. When we add, when we, for example, um, form a plural, and then we may need add an is. But now, when it comes to, for example, also like when word changes, right? If we want to show plurals of words that ends in is, that ends in ch, that ends in sh, that ends in X or in Z, if we want to show the plural of those words that ends in those letters, then all we have to do is we need to add ES to make it plural. And remember, I said the word regular, right? Regular just means that we need to, for example, follow a specific rule. And look at this. Here it specifically says that if the word or if the noun ends in S, CH, SH, X, or Z, then we need to add ES to make it plural. Exactly. You just add an S to girl to show that there's more than one girl. All right. So now, if we look at words that ends with S, CH, SH, X, or Z, just to give an example, remember we said then it means that that word we add an ES to show the plural for more than one of that example words. For example, a word that ends with SH is bush, right? So we have one bush. But now, if we want to show that there's more than one bush, two or more, then we say it's bushes. And as you can see, all we did was we added an ES to show one bush, but two bushes. You see, bush plus ES is bushes. We are doing regular plural nouns today. Regular plural nouns. All right, if we look at the word that ends with a CH, right? If a word, for example, ends with a CH, like church, right? So now we have one church. We have one church. But if we want to make mention that there's two or more, then remember we said we add an ES to that specific word. So we're going to say is two churches. And we added our ES. And that shows now that there's two or more. There's plural of that word. If we look at the word that ends with an X, like for example, box, we have one box. But if we want to show that there's two or more, then we say boxes. And what do we add? We only add an ES to show the plural form. Yes, well done. Churches. So all we do is we add an ES. The same with boxes. We added an ES to the to boxes. All right, if we look at another example, um, we use that word already, is, and we use that word already. Um, we're looking for another example of a word that we can use. Not house, because house is year, where we just added is, and that is to show that there's more than one, right? Because remember, house already ends with an E, so all we had to add was an S to show the plural form, right? So all we added an S. All we did was add an S by houses. Because remember we said the word needs to either end in S, CH, SH, X, or Z in order for us to add ES, and that is to show the plural form. All right, now we're going on to the next word. It says, if a noun ends with the consonant Y, so if a noun ends with the consonant Y, then we need to drop the Y and we need to add IES to make it plural. So we're going to drop the Y and add IES to make it plural. For example, we have one baby. We have one baby that's crying there in the corner. But if we want to show that there's more than one baby, we're going to drop the Y. So we have one baby. But if we want to show that there's more than one baby, we're going to drop the Y. We're going to add IES. And then our word is going to be babies. So we added IES to the word to show that there's more than one baby, but we dropped the Y. Another example of a word that ends with a Y is family. Family. So we have one family. And if we want to show that there's more than one family, then it means that we drop the Y, we add IES, and then it is families. If you look at the example like marry, right? Marry is MARRY. If we want to show more than one, right? I marry him, marries him, then we can also drop the Y. We can add IES, and that is marries. So that is correct. Marries or married. To get married, but marries is where we add an IES, but we drop the Y. Yes, well done. So marries is correct. Now we're going, now you see, before we even continue, remember we said that when it comes to regular plural nouns, regular means that we need to follow a specific rule. And in this case, the rule was to drop the Y if the word ends with a Y, and we add IES to show the plural form. That is the rule. Now we're going on to the next one. It says, if the noun ends in the word if the noun ends in the word if or fe, then, and the word if, right? That word if sounds more like a v sound. So if the word ends with an if, but the sound changes to like a V sound when we show that there's more than one, and then it means that we need to drop the F or drop the FE, and we need to add VES to make it plural. And an example of that words is, for example, like look at the word wolf, right? Wolf is WOLF. That word ends in an F. But if we want to show that there's more than one wolf, and then it shows wolves, so which means that the F now changes to a V sound. So we drop the F and we just add VES to show that there is more than one wolf. And then if the noun ends in F or FE and the plural form, it keeps the F sound, and all we do is we just add an F because the F still stays the same, like one chef, two chefs. It doesn't sound like a V sound. So we just keep it or we leave it as if and we just add an S to it. And then lastly, if a noun ends in O, then all we do is we add an S to make it plural. Like for example, one piano, two pianos, right? One piano, two pianos. But now we can add es for the following exceptional words, which is tomato, potato, hero, echo, tornado, volcano, and mango. Once we hear those words, if we want to show the plural forms, then we need to add es to that words, not just an o, not just an s. For example, one tomato with an o, but two or more tomatoes, and it added with o e s. One mango, two or more mangoes. Add es to that word. All right, so this is basically our plural or regular plural nouns where we had to, for example, we had to follow the rules, right? And the rule is to, with most of our nouns, we just add an S. If our nouns end with an S, CH, SH, X, or Z, we add ES. If the noun ends in the consonant Y, then we drop the Y and we add IES to make it plural. If a noun ends with an F or FE and the F changes to a V sound, then we drop the F and the FE and we add VES. If a noun ends in F or FE, then we just add an S if the noun still stays F. And then if a word or a noun ends in O, then we can just add S to show the plural form, or we can make exception like tomato, potato, and add ES to those words. With mango, we add ES. Yes. So with mango, we add ES. So it's mango, one word, one meaning one. But if we want to show that there's more than one mango, we add ES for mangoes. The same with potatoes. The same with tornadoes. The same with volcanoes, echoes, and heroes. We add ES, not just an S, right? All right. So now we're going to aplusstudents.ca and we're going to form plurals of nouns ending in fe, o, and y. And before we go on to our test, right, we need to type the missing word. One safe. If we want to show that there's one safe and we just add an S, so safe plus an S is safes. Because all we did was we added an S. Then, for example, look at the word calf. Look at the word calf, right? But now, if we want to show that there's more than one calf, it's going to say calves. Remember, we said that if it ends, the sound is V or the V sound, then we need to drop the F and we need to add VES, and then our word is calves. That is our word, right? And if we look at one more, and then we're going to our test. University. Remember, we said that if the word ends with a consonant, city. Remember, we said if the verb ends with a consonant Y, but we want to show that there's more than that word. One university, more than one universities, we're going to drop the Y, we add IES, and that equals to universities. And as you can see, that Y falls away. All right, so now we're going to our test. We're going to our test where we're going to form plurals of nouns ending in F, FE, O, and Y. And the first one says we need to type the missing word, university. If you want to show that there's more than one university, do we say universities, option one, or university, option two? Which one is correct? Option one or option two? What is our answer? One university. That if you want to show that there's more than one, do we say it's universities, option one? Or do we say it's only university, option two? Remember, we're showing that there's more than one, the plural form of university. All right, yes. And if we want to type the missing word, we choose option one. Option one shows the plural form of university. One university, more than one universities. Well done. Option one is correct. The next one says we need to type the missing word. We said if a word ends with an F, which is cough, but the sound, if we want to show that there's more than one, ends with a V, then it means that we must add VES. So do we say it is option one, two or more calves, or option two, calf? Option one or option two? Yes, well done. And if we want to type the missing word, then it's going to be calves. We add the VES because the sound changes. So well done. Safe plus S. Is it saves with the option one or safes option two? Which one is correct? Saves option one or safes option two? Which one is correct? All right, yes. And if we want to type the missing word, safe plus is safes. Option two, not with a V. So well done. Option two, safes, where we just add an S. Tray. Tray plus S. Is it trays option one or trays option two with a ES? So option one trays or option two trays? Which one is correct? Option one or option two? Trays. Remember it says tray plus S. So we only add an S. So is it option one trays or option two trays? Which one is correct? All right, option one. Guys, I'm giving you a chance as some of you are not focusing. Option one, right? Remember, we're only saying tray plus an S. We just add an S to that word. So look specifically at that. So well done. Trays, right? All right, so now we're going to form and use plurals of nouns. Form and use plurals of nouns that ends in fe, o, and y. It says we need to complete the sentence with the correct plural. In 2003, teachers' weekly salary averaged about 14% less than those of other workers with similar educational levels. If we look at, I'm going to underline the word, and then you are going to write down the plural form of that word, right? So it says in 2003, the teacher's salary, weekly salary. So this word, we need to show the plural form of this word. What is the plural form of salary? The plural of salary. Remember, we said that if the word ends with a Y, we remove the Y and we add IES. But then how are we going to write the plural form of that word? Yes, well done. If we want to show the plural form of salary, then we're going to say salaries. And we add the IES. So which means that the Y fell away, it was removed, and we just added the IES to show that there's more than one salary. So well done. Salaries is correct. All right, let's look at the next one. It says, in 2002, thief stole about $12 million worth of diamonds from an exhibition in a Dutch science museum. Thief. If we were to say the plural of that word is thieves, how are we going to write the plural form of that word? Thief, thieves. Remember, we said that we drop the F and we add VES. How are we going to write that? One thief, more than one thieves. How are we going to write that? All right, yes. And if we want to show the plural form of thief, and then we're going to add the VES, so it's going to be thieves. And we added the VES. Well done. Thieves is correct. So well done. Thieves is correct. All right. So now we're going to our test where we are going to form and use plurals of nouns ending in fe, o, and y. It says, in the summer, it seems that restaurants with outdoor seating on patio are the most popular. So patio, one patio, more than one patios. Is it option two patios or option three patiosis? Which one is correct? Option one, option two, or option three? All right, then if we were to choose the correct option, then we will say it is option one. Well done. Patios. Option one is correct. Well done. The next one says at Crater Lake National Park, visitors can board trolley for 1 hour tours of a lake. So trolley, if we want to show the plural form of trolley, is it option one trolleys, option two trolleys, or option three trolleys? Which one is correct? Option one, two, or three? Option one, option two, or option three? All right, and if you were to choose the correct option, then trolleys, the plural of trolley is trolleys with an S. It says complete the sentence with the correct plural. It says tight calf can lead to pain or injury. So stretching before a run or workout is recommended. Tight calf. Is it calves as in calves with an S, option one, calves, option two, or calves, option three? Which one is correct? Option one, option two, or option three? All right, then if you were to choose the correct option, then yes, option three is correct. Because remember, if we say the word, the plural form of that word, and then it sounds calves. So we drop the F and we add the VES. So well done. Calves is correct. Well done. In 2003, teachers' weekly salary averaged about 14% less than those of other workers with similar educational levels. So, salaries, if we want to show the plural form of salaries, is it option one, salaries, option two, salaries, or option three, salaries? Which one is correct? Option one, two, or three? All right, and if we were to choose the correct option, then yes, seller race, which is option three. Well done. All right, and the last one says modern banjo, which evolved from African instruments during colonial times, are frequently played in folk, country, and bluegrass music. Banjo, is it option one, banjos? Option two, banjos, or option three, banjoses? Which one is correct? The plural of banjo. Banjos, the plural of banjos. So with banjos, all we do is we just add an S. So it's option one. So well done. Banjos is correct. Option one is correct. Well done. All right, so this is now the end of our lesson on regular plural nouns, right? We had to form and use plural nouns that ends in F, E, O, and Y, and we said that we need to follow specific rules, and we just need to follow whatever the rules is to show that there is plural, or to show that there is more than one of either the person, place, animal, or thing. All right, so thank you very much, grade fives, for joining the class. This is the end of our lesson. Oh, the lesson is called regular plural. The chapter is regular plural nouns, but the lesson was to form plurals of nouns ending in F, E, O, and Y, and to form and use plurals of nouns ending in F, E, O, and Y. That was our lessons for today. But guys, you must have a good um, day further. So till next time, goodbye.